Hello, everybody. I would like to take a moment to update you on my dental and jaw healing. It's been some time since I could speak to you, a very busy and productive time for me. Teaching, moving home, and my oldest son got married, which was incredible. In early September, I was able to see the specialist dentist in Spain, which I have chosen to take me on the Dentosophy journey. I went to her office and we spent 3 hours with her and her team. We took some advanced scans of different types of the jaw so we could see exactly how the bones were moving and shifting. We did some profile scans, and I will upload that so you can see it. It really shows the extent of the damage, and I understand what's happening in my skull now a lot more fully. Basically, this lower jaw is too far back, and so the teeth aren't lining up, and the upper jaw slipped a bit forward. And so what we need to do is make space, release the muscles, which are still tight, and allow the lower jaw to move forward, encourage the upper jaw to move back, and help the alignment between the molars to situate itself. She explained that where I broke my jaw is considered to be the dumping ground, the trash bin, as she called it, for the emotions that are too difficult for us to process. This makes a lot of sense to me because in the system that I teach, polarity therapy, the jaw is the reflex for the pelvis. And I'm often talking about how we stuff emotions into our pelvis, and as a sedentary culture, they build up. And we really need to move our pelvis and our acetabulum, our ball and socket joint in our hip. We really need to move and open that and walk a lot, flex our iliopsoas muscle to release those emotions. But what happens is when the emotions are too full, even in the pelvis, they will get sent to the feet, where walking barefoot they can release, and then to the upper pole, the jaw. And I hadn't realized how much emotion was stored in my jaw. I really don't want to share the story of what I've lived through. I want to live the better life that I've spent decades creating. But due to that story, there were so many emotions, and the amount of healing and clearing that I've done has allowed me to build a beautiful life. There was evidently so much residue held within the jaw that breaking it was its only way to release that. That's one way we could think about it. In any case, those emotions are there, and the process of Dentosophy is going to bring them all out. That's one aspect to the work, the structural aspect, the emotional aspect, and then of course there is the mental aspect, whereby awareness and focus are required to retrain the body how to breathe. Our jaw is shaped in infancy and early childhood by the way we breathe, suck, and swallow. So this intervention works with breathing, sucking, swallowing, chewing to repattern that. In a sense, I get to redo that early childhood on a functional level, which will have a huge impact on my structure and which will resolve the remaining emotional residues. So let me say that again, because it's really wonderful to, when we're working holistically, to look at how the different aspects of body, spirit, and self work together for the optimal health. So the intervention is on a functional level, which will impact the structure, allowing it to shift, and which will release the emotional residues. I, in effect, get to repattern my body on a neurological, structural, and emotional level from the infancy, which I am so excited about. I mean, who gets to do that? Rebuild their body from the start later in life. It's such an incredible gift. So I want to show you this retainer. This is the retainer. It is created so that it pushes the tongue up. So when I have it in my mouth, my tongue is on the roof of my mouth and can't lower, and I therefore have to breathe through my nose. It is soft silicone rubber, and I sort of chew on it a little bit. And in this sense, it's like being a nursing child, breathing through your nose, moving the jaw. And while I do this, I need to have awareness of what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. And I can't bring junk into this process. I need to bring love, compassion, resilience. And then in addition to my awareness, I need to allow, because it's not comfortable, it's painful. So the first day that I put my jaw in, I went into complete healing crisis. My body went into a fever. I had total brain fog. I missed my flight back. I had to get a new flight. It was incredible. That passed within the first 48 hours. And now I'm just dealing with the emotional residues as they come, the pain of the structure shifting, and deep attention to my psychological state. I'm going to put this retainer in so you can see what it looks like. I mean, this is really humbling. It's not pretty. So, and I can't speak, but you can see. So I started with 10 minutes 3 times a day. I worked up to 15 minutes 3 times a day, and I'm now at 20 minutes 3 times a day. This is the maximum that I can handle at this moment. Because of all of the factors I've just said, it takes a lot to process. The goal is to work up to enough time with the retainer in that I'm able to sleep with it overnight, and I'm able to breathe through my nose the whole night, and then my body will really take off. The process can take anywhere from 6 to 24 months. You know, we just have to follow the body and go with its rhythm. I will be going again in 2 to 4 months' time. It depends how my body progresses. When I go again, I will stay for 3 days. I will go each of those 3 days to the dentist. We will fit the retainer again, adjust it. I may put in a specialist retainer due to the nature of this front jaw slipping forward. We will also remove the mercury fillings, which I had 7 of from my childhood, and fill them with composite non-metal fillings, because metal interferes with the electromagnetic communication. And as in polarity therapy, we know that the electromagnetic communication between the cells, these are called piezoelectric currents that move between the cells and carry the information. This is stopped by metal. So for any of us who have metal parts in our body, I now have a metal plate holding my lower jaw together. We need to have great awareness about how to work with that area so that communication can happen. And when the metal is possible to remove, we should remove it. So I'll be doing that, getting the new retainer, and following step by step. I have online consultations between now and when I return. And when we know that it's the right moment, then I'll go ahead and book the next session. So the teeth that are missing, we won't put those implants in until the end of the realignment, because we want space to open inside the skull and the jaw. And we want that to all arrange itself before we go putting an implant with a rod into the bone. So that will come a bit later. That is my update for now. I mean, it's really intense. I'm doing really well with it, and I'm staying really positive. I really appreciate your interest, your encouragement, your support. It is going to cost like the larger amount of what I put in my original thing, because of the travel, the changing out of the fillings, the implants that will come. But It is so, so worth it. I am beginning to feel that everybody should experience dentosophy, whether they've had a major impact in injury or not, because we all could use an opportunity to redo the way our structure holds us. I mean, how many back pains, pelvic pains, hurt knees, is that going to resolve? And we have an opportunity to rewire our neurology, which we're all doing right now in our collective moment of transition from lifeways that held us for the last several thousand years, agrarian lifeways, to what is coming, which we don't know yet. So working with our neurology to allow the most shift possible is an incredible step to take. And if you're able to take this through a functional measure, like dentosophy, like working with this incredible retainer, then I, by all means, encourage it. So I look forward to hearing from you. I love when you all respond to me after I share. And if you want to contribute, the link it'll be in comments, it'll be on my link tree on my Instagram, it'll be, various places, my email signature, so you can find it or ask for it. So much love, so much love. What opens after such a big thing like this is love, endless love. It's the only thing that can carry such a journey. So sending that to you now from the depths of my heart. Have a good day.